from midfield. Here's Breeze. Over the middle to Smith. And he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, it's Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Breeze to another longtime vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first. Breeze now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Breeze to throw again. Gets it to Meredith, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a play fake. Breeze. Flushed out right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. So let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
On 1st down, Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. And he's brought down after a good gain. Give him 30 yards there.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Here's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Breeze. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before. And right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Freeman again, a 1st down carry. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Get up! Single. Gun!
Play action. Ryan looking deep for Julio. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Kill. 11.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's Breeze. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Here's Kamara, try to run for it. Room here to run. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Here we go.
Breeze now on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Toss play, Kamara. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Got it.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's caught inside the 20. A big play for the Saints on third down. 44 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Terrell McClain busting through to get him for a loss of 6. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Here's Breeze to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Falcons on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. And an alley to run. Here's Matt Bosher now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Throwing now is Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Terrell McClain in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Now Breeze. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hill. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Breeze now on first down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Breeze now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Now Breeze. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Breeze got to have this one. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Falcons, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.